Killers of the Flower Moon is a 2017 nonfiction book by American journalist David Grann, and it documents the series of murders of the Osage Native American people in Oklahoma in the 20s and 30s, and the ensuing investigation by the newly formed Federal Bureau of Investigation under the direction of J. Edgar Hoover. Why were they being murdered? Well, at the time, the Osage were the wealthiest people in the world per capita because they lived on land rich in oil. So wealthy oil barons from all over the country would come and buy the rights to their land to drill on their land. And also, many white men would come in and marry Osage women and inherit their land rights, oftentimes using sinister methods to do so. One of those men was Ernest Burkhart, pictured here with his wife, Molly Burkhart, a full-blood Osage. The recently released film adaptation, directed by Martin Scorsese, stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Ernest and Lily Gladstone as Molly. It also features Robert De Niro as William Hale, Ernest's uncle, and one of the seeming masterminds behind several Osage murders. The film is 3.5 hours long, but it's paced very well, so it really, to me, only felt like 2.5 hours or so. Aside from the grisly murders, Grann's book provides a very sobering account of the awful and dehumanizing ways that the Osage people were treated by the American government. For example, Osage children were forced to attend white schools and learn white ways of learning, and if they tried to flee, they were literally chased down by men on horseback and hogtied and brought back to the schools. Or, and this is very important to the story, is the federal government would deem Osage people incompetent or not smart enough to spend their own money. So guardians, many times white men, were put in charge of dictating, approving, or denying how the Osage people were allowed to spend their own money. William Hale was one such guardian of several Osage people. This book made me want to rip my hair out and yell in frustration at many different moments, just reading about the absolutely wicked, evil things that were done to these people. Martin Scorsese's film adaptation is very different from the book in both focus and style. The book is more of a factual and methodical account of the investigation of the murders, while the film, I would say, is more of a family drama. It centers around Ernest and Molly, and especially Ernest, whereas the book, Ernest is in it, but he's just one of many people in the book. And the FBI investigator, Tom White, who's played by Jesse Plemons in the film, is a huge part of the book. I would say a full third of the book is dedicated to him and his investigation. Whereas in the film, he's in it, of course, but he doesn't have anywhere near as big of a role in the film. And I will say that I really enjoyed reading that section of the book. It was very intriguing learning how White came in and took over this investigation that had been investigated by many men over many years, and no one was able to get anywhere, and he essentially cracked the case. And it was very interesting to read how he connected the dots and how his men infiltrated the town and learned what was going on. I will say, and maybe I'm misremembering, I felt like the book keeps you in the dark a little bit longer as to who the villain really is, who's responsible for these murders. While the film sets up De Niro, William Hale, pretty early on. You almost know right away that he is up to no good. I really enjoyed the film. Like I said, the pacing is excellent and the acting, of course, is really good. Even De Niro, who I was skeptical about portraying Hale, who was 51 at the time of his arrest. De Niro is 80. He was really good too, but Grann's book just gives such a fuller picture of the extent of the evil that was done, not just by Hale, but by many other people in likely unconnected circumstances, which was an element I believe was missing from the movie. But both very good. However, I will say that the book is slightly better than the film. Absolutely amazing work of journalism by Grann and filmmaking by Scorsese. I highly recommend you check out both. Have you read the book or seen the film? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos in the near future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.